So you want to be good at art. Well, you've reached the right place. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about how to improve your art fast and how I went from this ugly looking thing to this kind of okay looking thing. So let's get into it. Improving art can mean many different things to many different people. Maybe you just want to improve your overall drawing skills, or maybe you specifically want to improve anatomy or how you color, or maybe you've been drawing for like 5 years and you haven't seen any improvement in your artwork. Wherever you may be, I hope this video helps you on your journey. So let's get right into the first tip. My first tip is to be open to experimentation. What this means is don't limit yourself to drawing the exact same thing every time, because this isn't going to really help you improve. If you only draw the 3/4 view, or if you're like me when I first started out and only drew the front view of my face, then I ended up not really knowing how to draw the eyes proportionally when I tried different types of views. So by branching out, I was able to improve this aspect of my art and overall improve my art in general. Now, it doesn't have to be too crazy. It can be maybe just trying out a new color palette or trying out a new pose, maybe drawing full body instead of like half body, or maybe trying out like a new hair on your characters. But whatever it is, it's gonna help, trust me. Like I said earlier, I was obsessed with drawing front view faces. I would only draw front view faces, and that's because of our good friend, the symmetry tool. I could never draw eyes straight if I didn't use it, and it was kind of becoming, it kind of stopped me from improving my art in general. So I started trying to draw different types of faces, and sure, I looked really ugly in the beginning, but slowly and slowly I got better. So, in conclusion, just be open to experimentation and try new things. It will really, really, really boost your art. Now, that brings me to my second tip, which is practice. I know that might sound super cliche, but trust me, it's the best way to improve your art super fast. Drawing every day for maybe 10 minutes a day is going to significantly improve your skills. And I know sometimes we might not be motivated to pick up the pencil, or we might have art block, and trust me, I've been through this many, many times. But the best way to get over it is to draw other people's OCs or try drawing fan art from your favorite fandom. And this has really helped me because you don't have to think of the ideas on your own, but you're still drawing, which is improving your skills. So, how do you practice? Well, that's a great question. There are many different ways to practice, but these are the 2 ways that I practice. I like to do studies, so I like to pick a subject, or I like to pick an artist, and I like to do studies of their work. And this has really helped me because I'm learning new techniques along the way. And the second thing I do is I like to watch a YouTube video and incorporate the skills that I learned in the YouTube video into my own art. For example, in this drawing, I watched a YouTube video on how to draw clothing folds because I have no idea how to do that, and I incorporated what I learned into my drawing. This is really helpful because sometimes I feel like I just watch a bunch of art YouTube videos and I never actually learn anything out of them because I'm not applying the techniques that are in the videos into my own art. So forcing myself to do this really helped me learn a lot of new skills and improve my art overall. Okay, the next tip is trace. Okay, let's clear up some things. Tracing by itself isn't cheating. Tracing and then claiming the artwork as your own is cheating. So, tracing is actually a super helpful way to improve your art really fast. It helps you understand proportions and anatomy, and by tracing you can kind of see how different elements fit together. You can also use tracing to improve your line quality. So when you trace, you're like super confident in your lines, and when you start to apply that to your own art, it won't look like this. So, in conclusion, trace, but don't call it your own art. Okay. This next tip helped me a lot. So I saw this YouTube video and I really loved it. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna link it in the description box. But basically, he used something called the blind method, where he picked a drawing that was really good. And then you would look at it for some time, stop looking at it, and then draw your own version of an aspect of it. Like maybe you want to improve how your eye placement is. So you would draw just the head of that drawing, come back to that drawing, and then see what's different between yours and theirs. This tip really helped me improve my eye placement, because when I looked at a drawing and then stopped looking at it and then drew it, my eye placement was super wonky. But then when I went back to the drawing, I was able to see exactly where I went wrong. So this tip is a super good one, and I highly recommend watching that video. So this next tip is talk to other people about your art. So this is kind of crazy, but hear me out. If you are drawing a picture, you are only going to see the good things in that picture, and the more you draw it, the more your brain and your eyes get used to that picture. That's why flipping the canvas is also really good. But over time, you might not realize the mistakes you're making in that picture. So if you talk to someone, like maybe it's your sibling or your friend, and you ask them, can you be super honest and tell me the mistakes or things that I might need to improve in this piece of artwork, and they tell you, you can actually use their advice to try and improve it. I know this is kind of crazy, but let's use this artwork as an example. This is something I drew back in 2023, and I was completely blind to how small her forehead looked. I thought I made a masterpiece. I was like, damn. But when I come back to it now, I can see how ugly it was. So that's what I'm saying. If we're sitting there drawing for like hours on end, we might not notice the mistakes in our art. So it's always good to talk to a friend or a sibling or anyone. There's even Discord servers where you can submit your art and people will give you advice on it. So I highly, highly recommend doing that. Now, my last and final tip is to have a goal. So your goal can literally be anything. You can have a really short-term goal, like I want to improve my anatomy, I want to improve my coloring skills, or it can just be, I want to become an animator, I want to make a webtoon, I want to have a YouTube channel. It can be any of those things, and that goal is supposed to motivate you to draw every single day. And over time, that goal might change. Like, when I first started drawing because I wanted to be an animator. I wanted to like be a Disney animator and make super cool movies. Like I saw this documentary where someone was designing the Elsa scene from Frozen 2, and I was like, I want to do that when I grow up. But my goal now changed and I want to have a YouTube channel. It's completely okay for your goals to change, but as long as you have a goal that's motivating you to do art every day, that's what matters. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and I'm gonna link all the videos that help me improve my art in the description, and it would be amazing if you could check out my Instagram account. I post really cute reels and like artwork on there, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video if you like, and thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. Really appreciate you. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.